Okay, now you remember at the beginning of our course when I was configuring the Postgresql.com file on the master, we spoke and I told you about the archive command, and I told you that we will talk later about this because we will use a newer way, a more efficient way, rather than the code that was used in the manuals, which is totally unrecommended to use it in here. And we said that the master server always consistently generates files, wall files, and they needed to be stored in segments, and these segments you have to give them a good size, a big size, to keep these files in case you don't have, and if you not use a replica slot. So this was the way prior to PostgreSQL, I believe 9.6 mostly, but the newer versions of PostgreSQL uses a more efficient way to handle these files and to handle the replication entire replication process in a different way, in a more efficient way, using the replication slot. And the replication slot, as stands, there are two benefits of the replication slot as stands in the manuals. And by the way, I encourage you to see these three references, which gives you a good insight about the replication slot, the PG replication slot, and how you create and what are the benefits of the slot. This is the two benefits, which is very good benefits. And also this reference, you go through it and then you back to the course. Two benefits: the replication slot provides an automated way to ensure that the master does not remove all streaming until they have been received by all standbys, received by all replicas servers, whether it's first replica or the tiers of the replica. And the master does not remove rows which could cause a recovery conflict even when the standby is disconnected. So these are the two benefits which are good ones to make use of the replication slot. And the way to create the replication slot is pretty easy, doesn't take much of effort. You just go on the master, enter as a Postgres user, use this command, which is the pg create physical replication slot, and give the slot a name, whichever name you wish. You give it, and then that's it. The slot has been created, and you can check the status of the slot with this command and see if it's operational or down. This is the first step, and the step number two is that we need to add the name of this slot to the recovery.com file, which I believe you remember in the previous video when we were talking about the restore, and we were configuring the recovery.com file. When we were configuring, I added this line, the primary slot name. You have to add this if you want to use a slot, a replication slot. You need to add this line of code, and you add the name of the slot, whichever name you wish, which should be exactly the same as the name in here. So once you have done this, that's it. You are good to go, and your slot is ready to stream for you the data and the wall files to your replica.